Now, the thing that I read that really did it for Germany was the blockades. Isn't that true?
Yeah, that was instigated by Churchill.
Right.
You know, that's where he just emerged there as a young man, a warmongering SOB, and they had a total blockade around Germany. I forget exactly when it started, but it was devastating. It caused the deaths of almost 1 million German people.
Right.
Starvation blockade.
Right.
And, women, children, old people mostly, but several million people's their health was ruined as a result of this.
Right.
After, okay, the Germans had made the peace offer, a status quo anti-peace offer. Let's all go back home. Nobody wins, nobody loses. Let's stop the war. That was in 1916.
Yeah.
Said no. And when the United States came in on Britain's side, well, Germany simply could not stand up against this overwhelming combination of forces.
Right.
And so they had an armistice in November the 11th, 1918.
Yeah.
And it was an armistice. They were supposed to stop fighting until they could work out a peace agreement, but the Allies treated it as a German surrender.
Right.
They got together in Paris at the Versailles Palace in 1919 and worked out this peace agreement, which wound up as the Versailles Treaty.
Right.
And they called the German. They still had this blockade.
Right.
For 7 months after the war was over, they maintained a starvation blockade, which was immoral and inhuman,
Sure.
actually. And they called the Germans in and said, okay, sign here. And they read it over and they were appalled because the treaty held them responsible for starting the war, which they did not do,
Right.
and held them responsible for all the death and destruction caused by the war.
Right.
And they finally imposed reparations, some $35 billion in money at that time. I guess it's in the trillions
Wow.
in modern currency.